Hello, beautiful.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos lately. I've been trying to like learn a little bit about coffee so I don't have to just rely on my humor. The trend that I'm sort of getting from all these videos, it's 10 plus minutes long of like the same thing. And I feel like... Yeah, I feel like they're all pretty much saying the same thing, and they extend the video to 10 minutes just to put some more ads in their video. But I don't have enough subscribers for that, so I'm just gonna get right to the point. This is basically my daily coffee routine with just a few key elements, which are really the only things I think you need to worry about. All right, so first thing is water. I always start with boiling water. I never use sink water. Heavy metals, not a fan. It doesn't really matter what water, this is just Saratoga. The only reason I have this is because it was the only glass bottle of water that was at ShopRite. My mother gets very angry. My mother gets very angry when she sees me with the plastic bottle. BPAs. So I guess rule number one is never use the sink water. Second thing is how you make your coffee. I use a French press. I don't like the fact that when you use a paper filter, it gets rid of some of the flavor. I like it just as close to actually drinking the coffee grinds as possible. Third thing, and probably the most important part, Cafe Lux Montanaro blend, which leads me to our next segment. This video is sponsored by Cafe Lux. Does life seem a lot harder lately? Do things seem to get to you a lot more than they would before coronavirus? Are both color and sound losing its vibrancy? Well, lucky for you, I've teamed up with Cafe Lux to give you a special offer that'll make things just a little bit easier. And you may have noticed, in light of me changing my Instagram name from I Eat Weights to Take It Black, you can now use code Take It Black to get 20% off any of your Cafe Lux purchase. Trust me, I'm bummed about the name change too. People were just getting like way too confused, and I was advised that it's better for business. I can't promise it'll make the voices go away, but it'll make it a little bit easier to ignore them. Just go to cafelux.com by hitting the link in my bio, or simply by going to their Instagram. I don't really care. They're not paying me for this, but maybe they will if enough people use the code, so feel free. Alright, back to the video. Cafe Lux Montanaro blend. This is my go-to every single time. Hands down, no question. But I already had a 2-pound bag. I'm just gonna go with that one for right now. Get in there. All right, not too close. Maybe take a step back. The next thing that a lot of coffee people say is important is the grind size. I mean, I agree, but I don't think it's make or break. I go super fine because to me, in my brain, it makes the most sense when you grind it extremely fine because then you're extracting as much as you can from the coffee. Go for like 12 to 15 seconds if you want it to get like super fine. Yeah, it should look about like that. You could set a timer for how long you're grinding it. But the whole point of this is I'm trying to make this as simple and easy as possible so you don't have to go through as much work. You can kind of just get in and out real quick. Coffee's done. What you can do also to make it a little bit better is preheat your French press. I also don't think this is a make or break thing. You can do it if you want to, but again, I don't think it makes too much of a noticeable difference. Spoonfuls of coffee. I do like 2 to 3. The way that I think about this is I would rather do more than less. Nothing is worse than a watery cup of coffee, and you can't really fix that. You kind of just have to roll with it and the rest of your day's ruined and you have to start it again tomorrow. Next thing, you want to get your coffee to like a mud consistency. Basically what this does is you're releasing the CO2 gas from the roasting process. It makes it a little less bitter. After about like 30 seconds, it's go time. For one person, I usually fill this to about like halfway up. I definitely didn't put enough water in there. What's so good about this coffee is that you could literally botch this and it's still a 4.5 out of 5. This is the only time I'll actually use my phone because you really don't want to over roast the coffee because then it gets really bitter. For these 4 minutes, you can kind of do whatever you want. The coffee's done, so this is when you press it. Because there's really not that much coffee in there. You're supposed to make it 30 seconds, but considering that I put 2 inches of water in the French press, it's gonna be more like 5 seconds. So this is what I look for in every cup of coffee I ever do, is that like foam on top. I love that. That's when I know it's gonna be good. Alright, so the other thing about like grinding your coffee extremely finely is that like it's gonna seep through the filter. It's gonna have like a murky texture to it. I call it mud water. I can't drink this right now because I will burn the entire inside of my mouth, but if this was all the way to its bottom, you would see that there's like a layer of silt. A lot of people don't like that. I do. It almost like gives it more texture, and I just think it tastes better when you do it that way. Again, you don't have to. I'm just telling you the way that I do it. Ah, that's good. Oh yeah. God damn that. Woo! And that's it. Go buy Cafe Lux. Use code TakeItBlack. It's my favorite coffee, and yeah, you just know. And if you ever do your own version of this video, tag me because I'll repost it onto my story.